I thought it was going to be this easy thing that was just going to fall into my lap and happen. Before I even launched our e-commerce website, I was trying to perfect a roast for over a year.
Oh, wow.
I almost burnt my house down twice.
That sounds like a good story.
Yeah. So, all right, I'll go into that one. So
you can't lead with that.
No, yeah. So I bought this miniature roaster. It looked like a crock pot.
Okay.
Oh, boy. So I bought this crock pot looking roaster and bought some raw coffee beans from a third party company. And I just turned it on and I was like, well, maybe it's just like popcorn, just throw it in, they'll get to a certain temperature or color.
Yeah.
And I waited for them to get to this certain color and it started smelling like it was on fire. And I was like, no
this
way.
Isn't right.
Right. Well, I also wasn't sitting there watching it. I didn't know anything. I turned it on, Googled like, how long does it take to roast coffee? It was like 12 to 15 minutes. I was like, all right, well, I can go sit down and watch a, episode of something on Netflix real quick. I'll pause it halfway through, come in and check on it. I lost track of time. About 20 minutes went by. I have the beans on fire because they're supposed to get turned and rotated to...
They're just sitting there.
Oh, yeah. They're just sitting on like this hot pot.
Welcome back to the Lead Lamp Podcast. This week we have Darren from Barracks Baristas Coffee. Thanks for coming on the show.
No, thank you so much for having me, Brett. Seriously.
Yeah, no. So I know you had met... I think you met with Kara prior.
Yep.
So I did a little bit of research on your brand, obviously, before we brought you on, but they were the ones that kind of introduced, your brand and your coffee to me. Now I'm interested just to hear a little bit more about your story. I know you said you're a hometown guy, but just give us a little bit of background on, how you got into the long journey to coming into Barracks Baristas.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So like you said, I grew up in the area. Whenever I was 18, I joined the military. College didn't work out for me the first time around I went. So I joined the military and I spent the entirety of my adult life in the military. Pennsylvania Army National Guard deployments, a lot of schools away from home and stuff. But for the most part, I have always been a Pennsylvania native, lived here in Pennsylvania.
Now, were you... was it National Guard from the beginning?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I definitely had some people throughout my career try to persuade me to go elsewhere. Yeah. There was a couple times where I maybe tried to go elsewhere.
Sometimes you start in Army or a different branch and then you go into National Guard. But so you've been National Guard pretty much straight through.
Yeah, okay. I tried Air Force. They didn't really want to talk to me at the time, which is okay. It's very hard to get into the Air Force. Yeah. But yeah, so like I said, my entire adult life, spent in the military. So once I was getting to the tail end of my career, I started trying to figure out, what am I going to do without this? Because there will come a day where either the Army doesn't need me or I don't need it. And I think we kind of both got to that point where my heart wasn't necessarily in it where, the way it needed to be, especially for the position I was holding at the time. And my body was also taking, its toll, and all the physical stuff that I've endured throughout my entire career. So we were sitting at work the one day. I worked in a medical clinic doing flight physicals with a bunch of great people. And one of my coworkers said that somebody needed to put a coffee shop on 14 Town Gap. And I was like, okay, well, how can I do that? Is that even a possibility? Went into research, figured out who I needed to talk to the right people. And then all of a sudden, they reached out and they said, yeah, we can probably entertain this. I knew nothing about...
You're green to...
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Entrepreneurship. I think I've always had the spirit in me, but I just didn't know what to do. So I think that's one of the biggest things, that I pride myself on, and that I think the military also gave me was being resourceful. And just, if you don't have an answer, get an answer, figure it out.
Figure it out.
Yes. Yeah. So resiliency is a big thing. But yeah, I started Barracks Baristas with the idea of doing brick and mortar coffee shops on military installations specifically, hence the name Barracks Baristas. Yeah. Committed to it. I fell in love with it. But I realized very quickly that it was a lot more difficult to get that ball rolling. So at that point, I had already invested a lot of my time, a lot of my money into Barracks Baristas and figuring it out, how to make coffee and all this other stuff. So I just turned it kind of more into a roasting company for right now, where I make the coffee. Well, I import the coffee, I make it, and then bag it up or process it and then ship it out.
Nice. Now, walk me through, because I don't know anything about, I mean, I love coffee. We were talking about it before. Like, I had to switch to decaf in the evening because, I'll drink coffee anytime. But now, like I said, as I'm aging, can't be drinking at 6 o'clock at night.
Yeah, caffeine will just keep you for hours.
But walk me through, you're fresh into this industry, not even just running a business, just the coffee industry.
Yeah.
Like, what's involved with even getting started? Like, how do you import? Like, I'm new, I'm getting ready to start. Like, how do you even find how to import coffee? So, you had to figure it out.
Yeah, there's licensing and everything else that's involved with it. You have to find the right people. You have to find people that are able to actually have their products in.
They're reliable for you to get it. Yeah.
Right. In the country and stuff. And, not to steer this down any sort, but even, like the current state of the world right now, it's becoming even more difficult to get those things and figure that out. So for somebody starting new, I say, maybe look out for third party. You might pay a little bit of a premium for that, but there's no red tape that you really have to cross over.
They're just wholesaling it back to other, like smaller shops.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Now, the coffee industry, I feel like has been, it's taken off a lot recently.
It's oversaturated. You can say it.
Yeah. Well,
it's like microbreweries.
Yeah, I was going to say it's kind of like microbreweries, but do you see, I think it's different though than microbreweries, because I think it's a commodity that's more accepted in like other places. Like I can't have a microbrewery here.
Correct.
So like
excuse me.
I'm not trying to talk negatively on the alcohol industry at all, but like this is a lot easier, I think, to distribute.
Yes.
Than if you made like your own beer.
Right. Yeah. Like I don't need to go through the licensing. Now, Pennsylvania has done some good things where if you're a local brewer or whatever the case is.
They had some incentives for that.
Exactly. Yeah. But I mean, coffee is the second most popular drink in the world.
Yeah.
So as you said, it's widely accepted. It's also consumed. I think most people make it kind of a staple of their day, right? How many people do you see in line at a drive-through coffee shop, and that's their ritual every single morning? It's a ritual. Not saying that people don't make alcohol their ritual for the day as well, but it's not as accepted. It's not
right.
But it is a saturated market. It's a little hard to compete in, but you believe in your product and you make a product that I think that you genuinely have to fall in love with yourself. And then that just makes it so much easier.
When I think talking about competition, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but you kind of have two niches or niche, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
You have two of them that you're falling into with this, where one, it's local coffee.
Yes.
Which there are probably people that they don't want to get it from Folgers or Dunkin', or no offense to any of his brands. Like, I'm not a coffee snob. I'll drink Maxwell House. It doesn't matter. But you do have people that want to buy local, but then you also have the community of veterans or people that they're not veterans, but they support veterans causes.
Yes.
That are going to gravitate towards this kind of product.
Right. Yeah. So the big thing with my products, with Barracks Baristas is I've always I knew that whenever I was getting into this, that you have to find a purpose other than just making money from it.
Right.
So what drives my passion? What drives my every day? And for me, it's giving back to the community. I've always been a servant of the community, obviously in the military, specifically in the National Guard, a lot of community outreach programs, doing, delivering food to less fortunate people during the holiday season and stuff. So I knew that whenever I was starting my own business, I still wanted to be a functioning member of the community and giving back. So with that said, my products, they don't just benefit me monetarily, but they benefit veteran mental health. Like right now, I'm teamed up with the Headstrong Project, who provides free mental health resources to veterans and their families, which is, I think, incredible, especially in today's world where I think the stigma of mental health is not as prevalent.
Yeah, it's not. Or do you mean like it's not as...
It's not as stigmatized. Like, I think we're a lot more open to talk about it.
Right. You don't look at the idea of reaching out for mental health support
as weakness.
Now it's almost promoted as like hey, like this is a normal thing to do.
It's no different. Like me as a medic, young in my career even, I felt the same way. There's a sense of being stoic about it. Keep your feelings suppressed, keep your feelings to yourself. And I hate to say it, but the problem whenever you do that is, I have friends that aren't here anymore because they didn't ask for help or they didn't share their feelings with people because it was too much of a burden on them. Yeah,
there's a thought and it's not even just military. I think it's a lot of older age thinking, not age as far as like,
it's a generational 60s, thing.
70s, but I mean, it's like you said, it's a generational concept that was like, no, that's weakness. Like you don't show that,
right?
Especially as a man. Like
yes, as a man, especially,
and it's probably even more prevalent in the military.
Yeah, it's like, even worse. Yeah, you don't talk about it.
The old guard was like, keep that to yourself.
Yeah, keep your mouth shut. Drive on. Doesn't matter what you're feeling. Now, though, it's a lot more.
Is it
open
in the military? Is it more open now?
So near the tail end of my career, I noticed that it was something that I was very open about talking about. Hey, I'm going to therapy.
Yeah.
Hey, I started medication to just help me because just like anything else, if I break my leg, I'm going to go to an orthopedic surgeon.
Right. You got to heal.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with your brain. Your brain is a part of your body. You have to take care of it. And sometimes you get to a point where you yourself can't, or you can, and it's there. It's just you need a little bit more guidance on how
you need some
to
tools.
get there. Yeah, exactly. You always need tools, or you need some medication, or you need something to help you get out of that funk.
And I think also like in a military setting, you're going to help your team better. Like if you're, that's all about working together, whether it's combat mission or you're on any type of project, like you got to work together.
Patient,
and if one of your team, whether it's yourself or somebody else, isn't functioning at their best because if it's a physical or a psychological issue, like you got to get help for that.
Yes.
So that way you can come back and help the team out.
I think that you can perform better with a physical ailment rather than a mental one. Just personally from my foxhole. No pun intended, right? But no, seriously, with my own mental health journey, Barracks Baristas has been a savior for me because it's given me a purpose outside of what I've known my entire life, which is that structured military show up, 15 minutes early than the time that you're told. All these things, it's just I've been able to take that discipline and that passion of mine and put it into this, but make it my own. Because that was the big thing I told myself whenever I got out was I was never going to work for somebody else again. I wanted just to work for myself.
Yeah.
And that's been a blessing.
Now you can channel your energy from this over to your own brand now.
Well, I've always been a little creative. And I think that side of me was never really able to shine in the military.
Yeah.
I'm very, very thankful for my service, but I always felt like I was playing a character in the military. It was never an authentic version of myself. So Barracks Baristas, though the name suggests that it's very pro-military and stuff like that, it's actually everything that I put into it is a direct reflection of how I feel, or how I visualize things, even from my marketing to the product itself. You know, I firmly believe in it, and I believe in every facet of it. So my heart and soul is poured into it. And I really hope that whenever people, you know, drink my coffee or see me out at a vending event, you know, here in the central PA area, that they understand that there's a lot more to it than just a clever name and, you know, pro military and all that stuff.
So you roast, do you do it all? Like, so you're getting raw materials and you're roasting. Now I'm sure we don't need to get into it, and you don't need to call out any brands that don't do this, but I'm sure, I'm going to guess that the coffee industry, you have people that are ordering, sourcing, roasting on their own, packaging. Like, basically you're getting raw materials in, sending out finished products like this. Yeah. Are there ones that also just relabel? Like they get pre-ground and they relabel and they send it out? Like, is the industry?
So you'll see that more with,
don't call any brands.
No. I'm not. Yeah, I will not say anybody's name specifically, but like we're going to be at the oh my goodness, the PA Chocolate and Coffee Festival in September. Yeah, and that's
I have to go to that.
It's incredible.
It's like two things I love:
chocolate and coffee. Right? It's a perfect combination. It's a huge event. They also do one down in the DMV area as well. Okay. But anyway, yeah. So we'll be there. So if you see a roasting company, they're doing everything from start to finish. I hope. Yeah. Now, coffee shops or people that, you know, do specialized drinks, maybe. Yeah. They don't always do it from start to finish. Gotcha. They'll import or they'll take a third party repackaging. Because
they're like white label.
Exactly. Yeah. Because we've even been asked to do that. Like, hey, can you do a rebranding? Yeah. We'll use your products, but we want to put our brand on it. Right.
It's like Brett Wiley's coffee, but it was roasted somewhere else.
Right. Yeah. I can't do that.
So like walk me through the process of you're getting in your raw coffee beans. Yeah. Let's just do, this is the most interesting one to me. So like, what are you doing to getting them into a K-cup? And then are your K-cups, like, is that a whole different process?
Yeah. So I will be honest about the K-cups. I found an incredible company out of Virginia. They're called Green Pods. Okay. They do all my K-cup packaging. Now the coffee from start to finish is mine. Yeah. So I'll get the raw beans in. A lot of trial and error goes into the roasting process. Once you find a roast level, temperature, all those things, you document it, and then.
Are these ours?
Oh yeah. Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Are they the pods that you can keep talking to?
Yeah. So with Green Pods, what they do is they'll take my coffee, finished product coffee. They will grind it down, put it in their 100% compostable K-cup pods. Oh, okay. And they're all individually wrapped too, so that guarantees the freshness on them. Nice. So if you see there's absolutely no plastic on it, even though that little ring around it might look like it's plastic. Yeah. I just throw these out in my garden and they're gone in a few weeks. Yeah. Huh. And they're great fertilizer, but twice the volume of coffee. You don't have any guilt of the plastic, and not to mention too, like you're putting. That's the one thing that bugs me about traditional K-cups, and I don't know if K-cups itself name is trademarked. Hopefully not. But
probably, who knows?
Yeah, but all right. So the plastic cups, that even whenever I wasn't in the coffee business, that always bothered me.
There's a lot that bothers me about those, the actual physical plastic cups. Yes. The coffee tastes different. It tastes different.
Tastes synthetic. Yeah. It tastes synthetic. Well, one, that coffee has probably been sitting in that for months and months and months, just like on the store shelves with the bags and stuff. The beauty of my coffee, and I always want to maintain this, is the day that you order it, I am out making it. Mm-hmm. Like I don't make large batches to sit on inventory. I can't stand doing that. One, it's not cost effective for me, But 2, it takes away from my promise of providing the freshest, most delicious coffee I possibly can.
It degrades the product.
It does.
It sits for a while.
Now, don't get me wrong. There is a resting period that's required of coffee.
Okay.
But the beauty is that as I'm shipping it out to you, it might take 3 days to get to you.
I mean, but still, that's like not that much time.
No.
If you think about if I'm going to, we'll just say, big wholesale store and I'm buying the giant, tub of coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's probably 6 months. I don't know how old it is. It's months old.
Yeah, I don't know either. But yeah, I promise you, it was not made the day that it,
From the time it was roasted till the time I put it in my coffee maker was exponentially longer than this. Yeah.
Yeah. And, to kind of hit on to about, that and everything else. One of the big things that we've always been kind of questioned about is pricing. Mm-hmm. And it's just like anything. You're getting, in my opinion, what you're paying for, which is deliverable, freshly roasted coffee made by 2 people, my business partner and I, who have an extreme passion for this. We firmly believe in it. The quality of the beans that we get, you can't argue it. The quality of our process, you can't argue it. Mm-hmm. So, but along with pricing, like I said, it's just like anything. Do you want a good tattoo or do you want a bad tattoo?
Yeah. What's the adage? It's like good tattoos aren't cheap and cheap tattoos aren't good.
Yeah.
It's the same with coffee.
It's the same exact thing with coffee. You're absolutely right. So with that said, we have not raised our prices, but over the course of time, we have had to cut out some deals that we've done as far as like percentage off for members and everything else like that. But the one thing I refuse to do is increase my prices because I still want to deliver on good coffee, but at a fair and reasonable price for what it is, which is a handcrafted special coffee. Because there are a lot in the area that do a great job.
Yeah.
There's coffee shops. I'm sure that you've heard of them, but I won't drop any names.
No, it's fine.
Yeah. But there are a lot of great coffee shops. And that's one thing I love to do is go around and try different coffee shops and try different coffee brands because, like I said, it's the second most popular drink in the world. There's enough room for all of us to grow and prosper together and be successful. And that's just kind of what I want for all of us.
Yeah. It's kind of like, it's like any industry. There's so many customers out there. Unless you're in an extremely specific industry,
right?
Like, our parent company is a dental group.
Yeah.
Everyone has teeth.
Yes.
So like there's plenty of teeth to go around.
Yeah.
But like plenty of people drink coffee. There's plenty of places to go get coffee. But you are competing with them, but it's like I'm sure you run into some friendly competition too within the coffee world. Like there's people that are in the industry that you would recommend other people to try their coffee and vice versa.
Yeah, I do all the time. There's one out in Philadelphia called House of Plenty. She is fantastic and her products are great and there's no denying it.
Yeah.
If something's good, I'm not going to sit there and say this isn't good for the sake of trying to bump myself up.
Yeah.
I think my stuff is great too, but I also want to see success of other people because I think that's one thing that really kind of drives and separates us as society is that, yes, we are in competition, as you said, but I don't think we give enough credit where credit's due to the people who are also doing a great job.
Yeah.
Because we only want to solely focus on what we're doing.
Yeah.
Which, don't get me wrong, yes, I wake up every morning. It's the first thing I think about. It's what I think about whenever I go to bed is my business. Mm-hmm. But yes, there are plenty of other great companies out there that are doing the same exact thing that I'm doing, trying to get ahead with those large retail ones out there. And there are options. And that's just, there's a coffee shop on the Carlisle Pike that just opened up. Yeah. And the line.
It's absurd sometimes. That is a huge...
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
But once again, that's a prime example. They're right next to another large brand coffee shop and they're both doing it.
Yeah. They're packed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're both packed.
So you got a local guy or more local company and then a national or international company and they both have a line.
Yeah, exactly. So that actually, whenever I see that actually makes me happy. It's like, that's healthy competition to me. It's no different than whenever I go to these trade shows or whenever I'm at Arc Fest that we just did in the spring for Arc Fitness.
Yeah.
There's other people there, and I just think that's a beautiful thing, is that people can try my coffee and then turn around and go try somebody else's and make a decision for themselves on which one do I commit to or which one do I want to keep on consuming. And that's great. All my customers for the most part are repeat customers, and I've been very, very thankful for that.
Yeah. The other thing that's cool about coffee, I think we probably mentioned this before. Was it the coffee truck that we had on? Doesn't matter. We won't, this is about you. But coffee is such it's not like a primal thing, but I feel like it's very much,
it's a ritual.
Like, yeah, and it's a communal thing. Like,
yes.
Hey, let's go get a cup of coffee. Like, it's so easy to do, even if it's just in your house. Like, yes. Hey, my wife and I are going to sit down and talk. I'm going to get a cup of coffee. Like, it's such even more of an artisan brand or like a local craft coffee. Like, it's an affordable thing. Like, okay, this might be more than the one on the store and on the shelf in the big box store coffee, but still per cup, it's not like it's an unattainable thing that I can't enjoy a good coffee.
Exactly. Right? So, and that's, that's a conversation I was having with my brother, who's one of my biggest fans, the other day. Was it is funny to me sometimes whenever people make a comment like, "Oh, your coffee's a little expensive," yet I see them eating something from a food truck that I know they paid $20 for. Yeah. And I think that comes with instant gratification, right? The food is instant gratification, whereas my bag of coffee, they have to take it home, they have to sit on it, they have to make it over time. But back to what you were saying with how it's just kind of a ritual for people. Yes, it's one of those things. It's easily obtainable. Price for what it is per cup, even with the K cups, it's very reasonable for what it is.
Yeah.
But I think that's why I got into it, not for the fact that because it was not easy.
Oh no, I'm sure to get to this point.
I thought it was
a lot of work.
I thought it was going to be this easy thing that was just going to fall into my lap and happen. Before I even launched our e-commerce website, I was trying to perfect a roast for over a year.
Oh, wow.
I almost burnt my house down twice.
That sounds like a good story.
Yeah. So, all right, I'll go into that one. So
you can't lead with that.
No, yeah. So I bought this miniature roaster. It looked like a crock pot.
Okay.
Oh, boy. So I bought this crock pot looking roaster and bought some raw coffee beans from a third-party company, and I just turned it on, and I was like, well, maybe it's just like popcorn, just throw it in, they'll get to a certain temperature or color.
Yeah. And
I waited for them to get to this certain color, and it started smelling like it was on fire. And I was like, no
this
way.
Isn't right.
Right. Well, I also wasn't sitting there watching it. I didn't know anything. I turned it on, Googled like how long does it take to roast coffee. It was like 12 to 15 minutes. I was like, all right, well, I can go sit down and watch a episode of something on Netflix real quick. I'll pause it halfway through, come in and check on it. I lost track of time. About 20 minutes went by. I have the beans on fire because they're supposed to get turned and rotated to.
They're just sitting there.
Oh yeah, they're just sitting on like this hot pot on this stovetop, and yeah, that was not good.
Learn now.
Oh yeah. Well, I turned it on and the little rotating arm started going. I had it too full. So now all these scalding hot coffee beans that are also on fire are falling onto my floor. Smoke detectors are going off everywhere. My dogs were going crazy. Yeah, it was not a good day in the Henry household, but we live and we learn.
Yeah.
And all those speed bumps that you hit and all those things that deter you, you just got to keep going. And I think that's the biggest thing that I take away from this is that every failure that I've hit has been a learning point. And the only way that this company or my businesses or any endeavor that I do is going to fail is whenever I stop doing it or whenever I stop pursuing it. I think that's the only way that you end up failing is quitting.
Yeah. I mean, it's not even really failing. when you're talking about those speed bumps, like, you know, turning your kitchen into a smoke-filled room.
I could have right then and there said, yeah, I don't think this is for me.
No, but you still knew there was something like,
there was a passion driving it.
Yeah.
I cannot stress that enough. Like, I am very passionate about this, and I love it. I love doing it.
Yeah. It's great to see that though, but it's not necessarily failing is what I meant to say. It's more like, okay, well, that's just not the right, like, I know I need to get over here.
Yes.
And I thought the path was this way. It's over here a little bit.
Yeah.
So like, you're just rerouting.
Always.
I wouldn't consider that failing.
No.
Just, you know, you're learning as you go.
Yes.
And that's with anything new, whether it's a new hobby you pick up or a new business you're starting, like whatever you're doing, like it's not always, more often than not, it's not going to be that smooth road to the end. It's always like,
what is it? You got to put 10,000 hours into something to become a perfectionist at it.
An expert.
Yeah, exactly. And
people that get to that point are still probably like, no, I'm not even an expert.
Well, that's perfectionism, you know, at its finest. And I think, but once again, that's just the beautiful thing about us as people is that we have to create, we have to do things.
Now, were you as passionate about coffee prior to having?
I mean, I was a passionate coffee drinker.
You consumed a bunch. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm sure that's not uncommon given your background.
Well, no. And it's a cultural thing.
Yeah.
You know, like tattoos, it's a cultural thing in the military.
Yeah.
Is high caffeine consumption wherever you get it from. Energy drinks, but me, it was always coffee. I try to stay away from the energy drinks, heart palpitations and stuff.
I will hammer coffee. These guys know. I just drink. I hit the Keurig up constantly.
I will go through. There's 8 K cups. There's 8 K cups in my box. I will go through a box in a day.
That's not. I won't judge you on that.
Yeah,
I'm like a 5 to 6 range coffees a day.
Like 5 to 6 cups.
Just like a mug. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. I'll drink like 72 ounces before lunch. You know.
I mean, I'm not.
It's gotten worse since I've got a coffee company.
My excuse for it is, but I just drink them black. It's just black coffee. So there's like, what is it? Like less than 5 calories per cup. There's no sugar in it. Like, I'll take that. If that's my vice,
water is still technically the base, you know?
Yeah.
Not saying it's hydrating you, but
water.
Yeah.
No, but like, you know, it is like, you know, obviously caffeine is addicting.
Yes.
But, you know, if that's my vice.
So is everything else that we do, you know, sugar's addicting.
Right. If black coffee takes me down, then I'll live with that.
Yeah. No, I got you.
So you have the K cups. You do. Is this ground or?
Yeah. So I do ground and whole bean. It's customer discretion.
Some people prefer, the grind it themselves.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. That's one thing I was a little surprised about was the amount of people that have their own grinders at home.
And they want to grind their own beans.
Yeah, the amount of people that order whole bean.
I would just buy ground coffee.
Me too. I'm lazy like that. You know, I once again, I want convenience. So the K cups are great for my convenience. The ground coffee is good for my convenience if I really want to consume pots on pots of coffee, which, you know, sometimes I do. Just depends. A weekend, I'll do a pot of coffee. But whenever I'm in a hurry and I got to go, K-Cups are great too.
Yeah. And I actually have the K-Cup that's
the
metal one.
Yeah.
To scoop into.
Yeah.
It's the best thing I ever bought.
A lot of people that purchase from me, that's why they do the bags because they have the reusable K-Cups. I think those are great too.
I got 2 of them. I throw one in the dishwasher. The other one stays ready to go. And then I just rotate them. But
whoever invented that, genius.
It's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Because then the nice thing about, this isn't even about your brand coffee, but the nice thing about that is like, I'm not stuck with this type of coffee until I run out of those K-Cups. Like I can buy a variety of coffee and just keep scooping it in that.
Pick your flavor, you know.
Best.
Yes, yeah. I think that's genius, and that was very, very smart marketing.
Yeah, I love it. It was like the best 4 hours I ever spent on Amazon. So.
Yeah, and it's cheap.
So now that you kind of have obviously your business has matured a little bit. You have a process with what you're doing. You're on e-commerce. Do you get more customers? You think online that find you through just searching for specific types of coffee, or do you still find value in like going out to events and like just being in the community?
So, I mean, obviously there's always that benefit of having face-to-face interactions with people. So for me personally, being out in the community and doing events and stuff, that's really where I thrive. That's usually typically where, I'm able to persuade somebody who maybe was on the fence about trying it, or, they're not an avid coffee drinker. So I think it's a lot easier to do that. But I'm also not the most tech savvy person in the world. So SEO has been, the search, for those who don't know what SEO is, search engine optimization. It's basically all those trigger words within your website that make your website populate in a certain place on, any of the search engines that are out there. So that's been a little bit difficult for me, but I'm getting better at it. But yes, always organically out in the community, having face-to-face conversations, just like we're doing right now. I've always preferred that. I'm a product of the 90s. I didn't always grow up with
we didn't have the internet.
Right. We didn't always have the internet. Right. We didn't always have cell phones. So
we had the internet, but then I had to get off the internet.
Whenever my mom had to make a phone call. Yeah.
I'm calling your aunt. I gotta, get off the internet.
As much as I'm glad we've moved as a society, those were still the good old days,
I miss some of that though. I wish my kids could experience some of that world where you weren't connected.
Yeah.
I
think that's the toughest thing for kids today, especially even my kids right now, just seeing that, you get bullied at school or something like that. You didn't take that home with you.
No,
we were growing up. Yeah. You had to dread it for the next day, but you just got to go home.
It was an escape.
Yes.
You could just be off.
Home was now I just, I don't think they do.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah, it's a whole different podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. I could go down a rabbit hole for hours on that one.
I was just talking about that this weekend though with my wife. My daughter turned 8, and I was like,
"That's a tough age."
We're looking at she has the iPad, but that's right. But it's that's very enclosed. We only let
it's regulated.
Things. But man, the number of kids for their age that have a cell phone, 8 to 10 years old, blows my mind. And I'm they're not kids anymore. As soon as you get that phone, this is going to turn into a whole different podcast. I got to stop.
Yeah, no, I got
you. As soon as a 10-year-old gets a phone, not the phones we had when we were kids, a cell phone now, they're not kids now. They have access to everything.
That's why whenever I'm doing this, even though I'm retired from my original career, which has been great for my family life, but my daughter's out with me.
Oh, she's helping you?
Well, she doesn't help me, but,
they go along.
Yeah, but she's there because I want her to observe that. Hey, your dad is putting his heart and soul into something. He's not, just sitting around on the couch or watching Netflix all night. He's still keeping busy, even though really, I did my time. I did what I had to do.
Yeah.
I could just ride off into the sunset, work a part-time job, but I don't want to do that.
That would drive you crazy though. It would drive me nuts.
Oh, I go stir crazy.
I would have to do something that I enjoy if I was in that situation.
Well, and that's the biggest thing that even now I preach to guys who have talked to me about, what's the number one advice that you would give me for getting out of the military? Because I'm almost done. Find something now. Before you get out, because once you get out,
it probably if you're out and you don't have something lined up or know what you want to do,
that's whenever you get in trouble.
Yeah, I was gonna say that the chances of picking something up afterwards is harder than if you already have a plan. It might not be that you're doing it yet,
right?
But if you at least don't have a roadmap for when you get out, I'm sure there's a not a slippery slope, but it's probably a lot harder to get something going once you have it. You're not doing something.
Yeah, it is. Whether it's go back to school now while you're here, just because that's another thing. We get free college. Take advantage of that.
You deserve it. Yeah.
There's so many people out there that would be so happy to not have student loans.
I would have loved to have been in that situation.
Yeah.
But of all people that deserve it, I think, anyone that served, take advantage of that. It's there for you.
Yeah. There are so many different benefits out there and stuff that just don't get taken advantage of. And I almost feel like, the military, federal government kind of bank on them not taking advantage of it.
Yeah, it's kind of when you don't use your Planet Fitness membership and you're like, oh, well, we're making this money,
right?
Or we didn't have to spend this money on.
Yeah, we're not gonna email them because they haven't been to the gym in 6 months. Like, hey, do you still want to be a member? No, they're still paying. You know. But yeah, I think that's just one of the biggest things is just like you said, have a roadmap, at least have a plan.
Yeah. You don't have to be doing it yet, but
no,
as long
you don't.
as you're lining some stuff up to be, whether you're going back to school or just doing something active within the community or whatever it is that your passion is.
That's the other thing, you know, find something that you're passionate about and figure out a way to monetize it if you can. Or if not, you know, even if it's just doing community service.
Yeah, you're working with a nonprofit for a little while.
Right. That's great, but you're still staying busy because I think
you don't know where that'll lead you.
Exactly.
So,
I think that's always where the trouble lies is whenever you kick your feet up and you lean back and you say, "Yeah, I did everything.
I'm done now.
I'm done."
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna sit on a beach or I'm gonna go on vacations and stuff.
Well, and the problem
you wither away.
And I don't have military experience, so you can talk
I think it's anything though.
But like if I could imagine even myself if I was in that situation where I'm like, oh sweet, I'm 40. You know, if you're doing 20 years in the military and you're done
38, you're retiring at 38.
Late 30s, early 40s, some people like it sounds cool for the first bit of time, but it's also an easy way to get stuck in your own head.
Yes.
And
it's a dangerous place.
I'm not obviously at liberty to speak on, you know, what's going through any retired military or anyone that served, what's going on in their mental space. But I'm sure that even adds to some of the things you were talking about earlier, where like when you hit that like kickback mode, it's cool in the beginning, but then that just leaves you more time to not be busy and get trapped in your own head with stuff too.
Yes.
That's probably where you run into some issues and just staying busy, like you said, like that's a perfect way, whether you're military or not, to just not think about other life's problems and then focus your energy on something constructive.
Yes, and that's the word right there, something constructive.
Yeah.
But something that also brings you true joy and happiness.
Yeah, you don't want to be doing something. No one wants to do anything they don't want to do.
That is the beauty of my situation right now, is that I don't have to do anything I don't want to do. Mm-hmm. I can pursue everything that I want to do.
Yeah.
And I wish that.
And you're helping out other people with that.
Well, in that, yeah, like coffee with a cause.
Yeah.
You know.
Now, do you do outreach for, like you kind of alluded to that, you do outreach for people who are currently serving that are looking to get out? Or
so I get a lot of like buddies of mine and stuff like that. Yeah. I wish that there was more of like a larger platform for me to maybe even tell my story to service members sitting in the seat that I was just in, mm-hmm. you know, over a year ago at this point, and just tell them like, hey, transition should not be a scary thing. Mm-hmm. You know, it's okay to feel, you know, I think whenever you tie your identity to something and it's all of a sudden ripped away from you
for so long,
that becomes the dangerous part. And those are the people I'm most fearful for, mm-hmm. are the ones whose identity is tied to it. Mm-hmm. Like I said, whenever I was in the military, I always kind of felt like I was playing a character or putting on a show. So never really felt like a genuine, authentic version of myself, which became very easy for me transition-wise whenever I got out. It's like, whoa, now I get to be Darren.
I can be someone that I've never was before.
Right. I get to be me. I get to be the person I always wanted to be. But
and you get a lot of people who, like in your situation too, you get out of high school, you really haven't.
I was lost.
Figured out. Well, what kid under 20 really
has it figured out?
No, if you do. Yeah, very
good on them if they do.
But
yes,
you're getting a lot of people that don't know who they are, and then they join the military, and that's either, like you said, they know that's not really them. They're doing it though, you know, for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Or that is them.
Most of the time you don't see them though pursue, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 year careers.
Yeah.
They're usually initial contracts.
They're doing their 4 years or so.
But, you know, I didn't know what else was out there for me at the time. And I was always scared. I have stability. I have something going for me. Even though I don't feel like personally I belong, mm-hmm. Internally, The outside has always made me feel like I belong. I'm a very good member of this community. I do very well in it.
Well, and you didn't have to guess what was next. Like, I mean, you do with deployments and things like that, but I meant like,
well in advance.
But it's there for you.
Yeah.
Like you do your time.
I wake up, I wear the same thing every single day.
You don't have to make decisions.
Yes. I know exactly what time breakfast is, lunch, dinner.
Yeah.
My gym time was even scheduled whenever I was deployed because, it was during COVID. So we had to have certain gym. There was absolutely no guesswork. It's great. And that's very, very difficult. So now with my own business,
it's the opposite.
It's the opposite. Like, what do I want to work on today? Maybe I'll just do social media posts, but that's something that I've had to get a lot better at was, Sunday night sitting down and what's my week going to look like? I don't commit 8 hours.
You're making your schedule.
Yes.
But then that's also like,
but it can get interrupted by life.
Yeah.
My daughter wants to, go out and to the park and play soccer. One, I never tell her no to that because I'm just thrilled that she wants to go outside. But those are those things that I don't account for, but I also don't let it frustrate me. Mm-hmm. I'm very happy.
But you're in a world now too, where you're like, okay, well, my daughter wants to do this. I can just shift this to go accommodate these
and
other
it will
things.
affect nothing.
And I can do this at 11 o'clock at night then.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Yeah. And there's been plenty of nights where 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, I can't sleep. I had some orders.
Probably because you had 8.
Right. Yeah. I drink way too many of my own K-cups.
But that's awesome. It's giving you an avenue to, help other people too. So
yeah, that is always my biggest thing is that I just want my business, whatever my endeavors are, to always be able to help and impact somebody else.
So what would you say? This is like asking you to pick your favorite kid, I'm sure.
Oh, my favorite coffee?
What's your favorite of your flavors?
Colombian.
That's okay.
Colombian.
Like it's a traditional.
Yeah, it's a traditional Colombian, medium dark. It's not my best seller. Okay. Best seller is the Ethiopian.
Okay.
Any variant of it, the K-Pods.
Darker?
So that's a medium roast.
Okay.
But listen, I know that the flavor of the Ethiopian, I know why it's the best seller. But there's just something about that Colombian that just, it takes me back to a different place in my life. It takes me back to, like young Darren Henry working in an aid station and my boss made a, crappy cup of coffee.
Giant, out of those big carafes.
Like the Colombian tastes great. I'm not saying it tastes bad.
No, but there's a nostalgia.
Yeah, there's just the way that it, like the flavor profile, the color of it, everything just kind of reminds me of that. So yeah, that's what I kickstart my morning with. And but throughout the day, I'll drink the Ethiopian. Now, the misconception is a lot of people think that the darker the roast, the more caffeine it is.
It's not.
And it's not.
I have been tricked by that.
I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know that until I started roasting coffee. So
I've had a blonde, what are this? The blonde roasts that are like double some of your regular like darker roasts.
Yes.
And it was definitely, you could tell.
Yeah.
It was wired. I was wired.
Yeah, you're like seeing color splotches and stuff.
Especially like on an empty stomach and you're like, I'm just gonna try this coffee.
The worst idea.
Yeah.
Nope. Yeah. So, darker the roast, actually less caffeine. I don't know.
I think people get that misconception just because it's a stronger flavor. The darker roasts do.
The flavor profile is more, it's a lot more intense.
Yeah.
The darker the roast.
It's a punchier flavor.
Yeah.
But the blonde roasts don't have that, or the lighter roasts don't have that.
Yeah. It just gets it sneaks up with you with the caffeine. Next thing you know, you're like,
why am I vibrating?
I'm vibrating.
My arms are shaking.
My vision's blurry. All I can hear is my heart beating.
Now, do you do other than these two roasts? Do you have a bunch of other ones?
Yeah. So, as it stands right now, I have a light roast from Costa Rica that I do. These are all organic, by the way, and Rainforest Alliance certified, in case anybody was curious. Got to throw that out there.
It out there.
Yeah. So there is, it is ethical coffee.
Okay.
I do know that matters to people, and it matters to us too. Obviously, I don't want a bunch of kids in a sweatshop picking, my coffee and stuff.
There's some bad stigma with some of the other not ethically sourced coffees.
Yeah. And that was another thing too. Like before I got into this, I did not realize how important that was to people. But yeah, so light roast, Costa Rican, the Ethiopian, our best seller. That's a medium roast. And then our Colombian is a medium dark roast. And then our Sumatran is our dark roast. And then we do holiday flavors. That's the only time I do flavored coffee.
Just around the Christmas holidays, or do you like your fall?
So I do a fall one. I tried apple because last year because I wanted to go against the grain with pumpkin.
Everyone does pumpkin.
But there's a reason why everybody does pumpkin.
No one does apple, though.
Nobody does apple, and there's a reason nobody does apple.
Well, hey, you learned.
Yes, I learned. Yeah, whenever I was sitting on,
all this apple
50
coffee.
pounds of apple coffee, and I'm just giving it away to people like, hey, happy Thanksgiving. Here's some apple coffee. But yeah, so we do flavors during the holiday seasons, just depending on which one. I am trying to work right now doing some sort of, springy, summery flavor that can run throughout the entire spring and summer.
Okay.
But yeah, I really only kind of settle on one flavor, and I run that for, 3 months. So my fall flavor I'll do in September, October, and November. And as soon as Thanksgiving's done, move right into the winter flavors. And I'll run those all the way until February or March timeframe. Okay.
So they're not like Christmassy.
No, they're seasonal. Yeah, they're seasonal. Well, so my winter flavors, yes, they are.
Okay.
Like I have raspberry reindeer.
Okay.
But it's so good.
This is like a vanilla one?
I do I have
vanilla bean.
Yeah, it's called Winter Carnival.
Okay.
So it's vanilla, caramel, and custard.
Okay.
And it's a pretty good combination.
All right.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. But like I said, I've toyed around with some spring and summer flavors. I can't find one that really just kind of resonate. It has to resonate with me before I feel comfortable enough to want to.
Yeah, you don't want to sell something that you're not sure about.
Yeah, if I don't like it, I don't want to sell it to people.
Yeah.
So, because then how can I speak positively about it?
Oh, it's great.
Yeah. Is this good? Yeah, I love it.
It's amazing.
Thank goodness you guys have cameras. You guys
want some apple coffee too?
No. Right. Yeah. I did banana the one. Oh man. I did banana coffee the one time.
And
it was horrible.
Yeah. I don't know how I would do that one.
Yeah, drink my coffee and eat a banana at the same time and tell me what you think. It's not a good combination.
Well, I mean, you got to try though. And that's probably what you're thinking too. Like
it's all trial and error.
This is either going to be a home run or it's not.
But that's my problem. Is that I don't do small batches whenever I do like the flavored stuff because I'm like, I got to get this ready for the season because if this is a home run,
you got to be ready.
I have to be ready.
Yeah.
So I'll make 50 pounds of banana coffee. And then I'm like, oh no, what did I just do?
Big risks come big rewards though. So if you do hit that flavor that's new and
raspberry reindeer was a prime example. I thought it was going to be horrible. Oh.
And it was
I sold out of it within 3 weeks. Sold out. And
now you know what to do next. Like that's going to be a recurring flavor, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You're going to keep doing that.
Yeah. That one and Jack Frost we also do. So I actually do 3 winter flavors.
Okay.
Winter Carnival, Jack Frost, which is a chocolate mint. And then raspberry reindeer, which is a chocolate raspberry.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. And then right now I'm also doing one that solely benefits. It's called Perseverance is the name of the coffee. All my coffees have names, but I just typically like saying what country they're from. Mm-hmm. Like we have, Courageous Dawn and stuff like that. But this one, Perseverance, I just rolled it out in May for Mental Health Month. Proceeds go directly to the Headstrong Project, which is that organization I talked about earlier, where they provide free mental health resources to veterans and their families.
So all the proceeds from that one go straight to.
So I still have to turn a profit.
No,
but 25% of which is, to me, I've a lot of other places they'll be like, $1 from every purchase goes here. No, 25%.
Nice,
because they deserve it. I believe in their mission. I'm a recipient of their mission.
Yeah, so you're giving back to
I'm giving back to something that's helped me.
Yeah.
And I really hope that it helps other people too.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Headstrong Project. You can Google
That's
it.
through May.
I'm running this forever. I'm running this all year.
Okay, good.
Yeah. I'm running it from May now until May of 2026. And if it goes well, we'll just keep on doing it. But because I've done it before where with the Headstrong Project, specifically where we just did a month and we tried that whole, hey, $5 from every bag that we sell will go to the Headstrong Project. Well, it was around the holidays. It was in November. People aren't looking, they're money's tight, especially around the holidays. So that was a little difficult whenever, I'm going to this place that I was so excited about being able to provide them with some sort of monetary compensation to help them. I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm so sorry. It was almost embarrassing for me.
If you run it for a year, though,
that's why we're doing this now. And it's not just, hey, everything that we sell this month. It's, hey, this product very specifically, I made this just for you guys. So one, they can promote it.
Yeah.
But two, there's a story behind it. And people, whenever they see it and they read it and they read what the story is and they read what the organization is all about, it incentivizes them to want to give to them, and, they buy my coffee or not. It's that really doesn't matter to me, especially with that coffee. It's just more so the message and bringing awareness.
I was going to say it's more of an awareness campaign.
Yeah. We have their logo, their mission statement on it, their QR code. Because that's a big thing too, is that, if you're in crisis or something like that, I just want somebody to be able to have that resource and have access to that and understand that there is resources out there that you don't have to worry about your insurance paying, or you don't have to worry about a copay, or paying an arm and a leg, $300 for one session with a therapist. Like this is free mental health, and they're very good. They're very quick to reach back out to you. And I'm sorry, I know this is a huge promo for them, but
no, this is great.
Once again, it's something I firmly believe in. I think it's something that we need to discuss more and be more willing to openly discuss is mental health. And I'm just very happy that I found an organization that can provide that at no cost to somebody, which I think is the biggest thing.
No, that's fantastic. And we'll make sure we'll put the links to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
In our show notes.
That would be awesome.
But all right. Well, hey, do you have anything else you wanted to add about the coffee or anything new coming out?
Okay. So
all right, here we go.
Well, we do have some big news coming.
Okay.
Technically, just be on the lookout on our social media for that one. But we do have a summer flavor that we are going to be rolling out in July, and that will be for July and August. Won't say the name of that one, but I did find a flavor for summer that works.
Okay.
I hope so. So that will be coming out July 1st. We'll be dropping that. So be on the lookout for that. Barracksbaristas.com. Right now we are running the Perseverance coffee, which is a medium roast from El Salvador, and 25% of the proceeds will go to the Headstrong Project, which provides free mental health resources and sessions for veterans, active service members, and their family members. So please be on the lookout for that. We will also be at Arktoberfest, which I know is a little ways away, but that's a big local community thing put on by Arc Fitness in Mechanicsburg at Soldier and Sailors Park. So be on the lookout for that. We will also be at the
Coffee and Chocolate.
Yeah, Pennsylvania Chocolate and Coffee Festival in September. And most recently, actually, in 2 weeks here, we will be, I know it's not central Pennsylvania, but McConnellsburg, which is kind of western Pennsylvania, for Operation Honor Rural Salute, which is a good friend of mine, Michelle. She puts that on. She runs a non-for-profit organization that helps rural veterans find resources and navigate all the things that, larger community or more urban areas, resources that they have.
Getting them out to rural.
Yeah, getting out to the rural community, rural vet that, lives 80 miles away from a VA location. But yeah, Michelle and Operation Honor, they are fantastic as well. So I want to give them props as well. And the Victor and Valor, I have to put that in there as well. I could not do what I do without them. And Allie, you are fantastic. Thank you guys so much for everything. And obviously my family for your continued love, support. I cannot thank you guys enough for everything and taking a chance and betting on me. I will not let you down.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for coming on.
Dude, Brett, thank you, man. This has been so much fun.
And I'm pumped to try some of this.
Yeah, dude, please take the decaf home. It doesn't sound like, like I said, that was
the decaf won't fuel our guys here.
Yep.
Not even me for the day.
Yeah, but the K-Cups definitely will.
I'm sure they'll love this K-Cup.
And absolutely. And you have me on again or, maybe I'll just send you guys a care package too.
Hey, whatever.
I mean, I do 5-pound bags.
Well, we might need to pick one up anyways.
Yeah,
we consume a lot of coffee here. So
yeah,
we'll be good.
Dude, I get it, man. Yeah.
But hey, I appreciate it. And
Brett,
thank you for sharing your story.
No, thank you so much for having me on.